Okay, I think we are live now. Hello, everybody. I know that most of people will see us in record, so that's why we will start on time. We'll not waiting. So welcome today for Zenbit first meetup. During last 8 years of working with digital project, we have quite a lot of experience to share, and we want to make this meetup regular. But we need to start with something. And today we start from AI in action for digital leaders. And I invite today Alexander Babita, who is head of PMO, and he will talk about how AI reshaping project delivery. So welcome, Alex. Floor
Hi.
is yours.
Yep. Let's do it. Hi, everybody. So, really excited to be here. So, let's start probably from my announcements, small intro from my end. So, as Ludmila is mentioned, I'm Alexander. I'm head of PMO at White Label Company and project process helper in White Label and additionally at the Zenbit company. And thank you that you're joining us today. And probably, I hope, actually, to be honest, I hope that our session will help you at least start using AI in a project management if you're not started yet, and if you're already use it for PM stuff. So I hope that my data from my end will help you to improve it at least a little bit. I actually make a small remark before we start. So if you expect to see some fake dummy presentations today with graphics analysis, so potentially it will not happen. So I'm a talkative guy who more focus on one-to-one speech. So today I will speak a lot and I will share my screen today just to present to you how AI can improve our daily work on daily basis in our hard and soft project management. And probably first of all, what I want to start with, it's maybe a small short story about me. So to be honest, like 2 years ago, like I'm preparing projects, briefs, scopes, estimates, and it was awful. It's like take me hours, for some projects even days, and like manual formatting, second guessing timelines, reworking structures after every client call. It's like it was very bad days for us. So, and to be honest, it was very slow and very exhausted. So after that, I start experimenting with an AI. And like to summarize a little bit this small story, like today, especially for me, AI is like having an invisible analyst who working alongside me, saving my time, reducing mistakes, and maybe what the main focus thing that I want to mention, it's like helping me to focus on real decision making, on real decision makings, and to be much more honest, like focusing my own time and like company's time to focus on processes, not just like on projects. And like all we know is that projects today are faster. These projects are become larger and more complex than it was before, and like we are flooded with information. And like let's pin the main phrase of this meetup from my end. And if some marketings are here, you can like take my phrases from today's call and just like use them in the future for your marketing speeches. Like it will be cool. So the main phrase that I want to pin today, it's like AI doesn't replace project managers, so it empowers us. So that's the main key point. And like what I want to add more probably that you need to think about AI not like some a magic wand like from Harry Potter, yeah, like when you say Avada Kedavra and like all problems just disappears and that's it. No. So like think of AI, it's kind of like an extra brain and extra pair of hands for you. So that's what we actually will spoke today about. So I will share my screen right now. I think it will be more interesting for you to see it in real time, how it works, and we will go step by step on it. And I hope that everybody will be happy. So I'm already prepared some empty ChatGPT screen, but before we will start, let's go through our agenda, because I'm actually a project manager first, yeah, and like agenda, it's my first thing that I will do today. So what we will speak about, first of all, we will firstly review what is an AI in project management really means, like not just words, but what is really it. Then we will jump into a core features of AI in project management. It will be like 5 features during which we will, together with you, during this meetup, we will present how a real, not best collected projects can be improved using AI. Then we will slightly jump to probably my practical experience. I will present to you how I use AI on every day, or how I solve any uncommon problems on my daily routine, especially with client communication. Then we will take not the brilliant part of AI, it's like a challenges and limits of AI. Then we will probably take the future trends, because probably all of us afraid that AI will replace us and blah, 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 blah. So we will speak about it as well. Then we will together make a key takeaways, and I hope it will be nice if we will have some kind of Q&A session. So that's how it looks in my crazy PM brains. So first of all, let's start from the start. So what's an AI really in a project management cases? So what this really means? AI and PM is just like a set of tools that help us to, I don't know, like predict tasks, predict timelines of the projects, detect risks earlier. Most important, probably prepare project documentation. This is our like daily, weekly, monthly routine that kill probably 60% of our time. It's documentation, paper job, monkey job, yeah. And what else? AI should be and glad to be used like a generator of real-time reports, summarizer, yeah. And like the last one, but not the least, it's AI is a tool that support us with a better decision making. Like AI is an analyst who works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for you, like your companion. And like the core idea, it's like the PMs who master AI today potentially will build the most successful projects tomorrow. So this is what the AI in project management really means. Based on our agenda, I propose us jump to the next point, and it's probably the most important one. It's like the core features of AI in a project management. And my idea to jump through each of the points that we have in these features together, and I will show you practical examples how each point can be solved using AI. So I will briefly mention main points, main features of AI. So first of all, it's as I said before, it's a task prediction and automation. Second one, it's risk detection and alerts. Third one, it's our paper job routine, project documentation and brief preparation. And the fourth one, it's decision support, so decision making and so on, like AI copilot, And the fifth one, the last, it's real-time reporting and summarization. So let's start from the start. I hope that everybody see my screen right now at the moment. Yep. So what I want to start with, let's probably start with one of the first points where the AI can help. It's building a tasks, structures it automatically, and like make it correctly, even if client's ideas presented very bad. And I know that this is a very real common situation when some client jump in from nowhere and just say like, hey, hi, we want to build some simple event reminder application. Can you give us some route ideas or like what steps would be needed? And like the first reaction of a PM is just, what the heck? Yeah, like what's going on around? Like, what do you mean? But not with an AI. So let's just simulate how it works. So how I handle this task predictions and automations for these rapid customers with lack of information. Like, let's just jump here. It's my own ChatGPT prompted by myself during 8 months. So he knows me better than I know myself. And like the task from a client that we already received, probably, yeah, it's that one. We want to build a simple event reminder. Can you give us a rough idea of what steps would be needed? So not to waste my time as a PM, because yeah, I need to focus on the processes. I'm just open a ChatGPT and wrote him, hey, new client, new project, but requirements and the request looks odd. Yep. And let's ask him to prepare for us kind of explanation, and maybe after that we will prepare some proof of concept scope for a client. At least for right now, we need to understand what the client want from us and how to automate it. So that's what we send to our ChatGPT. Nothing more, nothing less. New project, new client, bad requirements. We need your help. So first things first, yeah. So this guy prepared for us like already prepared feedback for a client. And what's more, he preparing for us steps that will help a client to understood how the project from his end should be prepared for us, what features should he include, and he described it very well, step by step. He split it by designs for development, technical plannings, some testing in QAs. So it's already good to know info that will help client. But it's not what we expect right now, because what I want to ask him is just, let's make a project scope for a client based on received information. I need from you backlog, and let's explain which kind of backlog we need from him, like AG, columns, epic, task or story, and like description. Yeah. Click. And these friends of mine start to preparing what we need exactly in that way, which I asked him to do it. And like, what is the great thing of it is that he understood that it's for end user, for a client who is not so technical. And like, he tries each time to prepare it so clearly so both parties will not spend a lot of time just to figuring out what's going on in this table. So after he will create it, we will receive at the end a really nice structured proof of concept backlog with a main epics. So I will zoom in a little bit for you. So what we have? So that was customer request. Yeah, we want to build a simple event reminder app. Can you give us a road idea? And already we have like small pre-sales brief for a client. So what we need to go further. And like immediately we have in our hands fully structured proof of concept with a great backlog structure. We have an epic, user authentication, tasks inside, sign up, login, forgot password, session management. then Epic event management, Epic reminder scheduling, notifications, and then like deep UI UX design Epic that explains what should be designed, admin settings, infrastructure, and a backend. Potentially, it's already great and it's ready to share with the customer, at least to receive a feedback if it's okay. 2 years ago, to make the same thing, uh, I spent by myself at least minimum, like, I don't know, 2 hours. It's like minimum. And right now we did it. We did a great job, like in a 5 or maximum 10 minutes. So right now he proposes to make a CSV file. Yeah. So let's make a CSV file and just like download it. While he preparing for a CSV, let's jump back to our agenda and let's simulate what can be done next. So one of our points, how AI and how his features can improve us, it's a risk detection and alerts. So what I propose, let's like if we already touch our AI, I propose to use it further. So let's check how AI can help identify risks early when clients suddenly change or expand their scope of work. Yeah. So let's not broke our project prompt. So let's use it further. As we can see, this chat already prepared for us CSV file. We can download it and like we can start to use it as our main source of data. So what we're going to do? So just imagine the case that you already prepare the scope of work for a client and you share via email this brief that was prepared by AI before. Yeah. And it was okay. Clients say it's nice. Is customer receive feedback from our end like in 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. So when competitors still analyzing the project. So think about it. So what we will go next? Imagine the case that customer eventually ask for some change request right now, and we need to analyze the risk, how it will impact it. So it's just like example. So this is like a real example case from a practice when customer, after analyzing proof of concept backlog and some steps, she just asked a good question, like, by the way, we might want to add a live chat feature too, if it's easy. And like, okay, we need to make assumptions, we need to analyze all risks. So what I propose to do, it's ask this in the same chat, ask our friendly neighbor AI to help us with that. So client came back and she asking next thing. Yeah? Make for us risks analysis. A small prompt, small request. Let's figure out how it will going further. Yeah. And our friendly neighbor preparing for us all possible risks with a great description, with an impact, likelihood, how often it can happen, like what's the chance, yeah, medium, high, and potential mitigations, yeah, mitigation strategy. So if we will check it, he did a semi-great job, yeah, because like he takes some basic stuff, scope creep, real-time infrastructure complexity, user authentication synchronization due to the chat integration, yeah. So now our application, not just event reminder app, but also like a real chat. So he did a great job. And then he summarized it for us. And probably you can share this data, this table with a client and be aware that it will be very complex for non-technical guys. So that's why AI also propose more street and more like summarized version with a recommendation. Yeah. So what we receive right now, unless live chat is central to user value, propose an MVP chat scope. One-to-one chat only, text only messages, no typing indicators, no scene deliverable logic, Firebase or Supabase powered, start with web version only. So, and again, like he understood the risk, he understood the aim of this application, and he understood that like potentially if we will decide to input a real big WebSocket working on chat, it will expand estimate probably 2 times. It's approximately. And right now he proposed some kind of proposal to a customer. Yep. And it's already good. And we already save at least 1 or maximum 2 hours of our daily basis routine. Yeah. So, and the key point here is that like AI identifies hidden and hidden risks before they become a problem. Like, let's remember that like we all are project managers, we are a human, and our team members, like team leads, developers, QAs, we are people. Like we could not cover all potential risks. Machine can. Like, yeah, it's not so brilliant. We should validate this data, but it's doing like in 5 minutes maximum, and like it's ready to use. Just check it and share with the customer. Now, what I propose to go with next, just imagine the case that customer understood the risks. She has like a scope. This scope that we prepare for her is applicable, and she told us that yeah, it's okay. Let's cover our paper job. So let's make a project brief for our project. Yeah. And let's wait for it, because that part of work, this is the biggest headache, especially for me. I'm like a lazy guy, to be honest. And when I figure out that AI can replace me in writing some kind of tech documentation, especially project or pre-launch documentation, I was happy. I was the happiest guy probably in the world. And what's going on right now on your screens probably that this is what I want and try to explain, that just look at the structure. Yeah, the small note that my ChatGPT is already prompted by myself, so he know what I expect from him because I'm teach him how it should work, and I show him like complex examples. So when it's prompted, it's doing a great job. So we can briefly check our project brief for event reminder app, and as you can see, it's mentioned like minimum viable product, yeah, MVP. So he collects for us project overview, objectives, target users. One small note about target users, nobody spoke about it. So just figure out that probably some things you're like a human, you will need to remove, because like this AI hallucinations still existed. You cannot solve them so fast. But at least the main structure is ready to use. Even core features that we prepared before, they've mentioned here. And additionally, app optional model, our live chat, yeah, if approved, as we discussed before, is also mentioned here. In addition, as you can see, this guy already prepared for us some tech stack recommendation. Yeah, it's draft, but yeah, already it's do it for us. Like if it's a front end for mobile app, yeah. So he proposed Flutter, React Native, or React, like different types of a backend. So what's should be done after that? You need to understand the capacity of your own company and adapt or edit this part via document by yourself. Yeah. But it's already ready to use by you. So you can take it, upload it to your Google Docs, and start to prepare your project documentation. And what's more, let's make it a little bit harder probably, and let's jump to next point of one of my favorite features of this AI stuff. It's like decision support. The problem of most bigger part of project management is that they are not technical. Like, okay, we understood that PM it's mainly about management and like some technical stuff not required, but sometimes project manager should be technical. So if you're not, you can use AI for that. And like in our case, we can simulate a great situation. Like we can check how AI help us make better decision by suggesting us different passes with pros and cons. Just imagine the case when customer just jump in again, like after you prepare a project brief, project documentation is ready, customer just jump in and ask you one simple question: should we release the MVP first, or we need wait until user profiles are added? Yeah. So in standard flow, like project manager, he's like, yeah, he's a decision maker, but some business decisions should be done by customers. And to be honest, most of customers forgot about it and they push PMs to do this business decision instead of them. And again, like I said probably a million times today already, AI can help with it and he will do it correctly. So let's ask him to help us with this decision making in our concrete projects that we have here already. So that's what our client asked me about. Don't know what to say. Prepare pros and cons and include risk. Make it clear for client as well. Yep, looks reasonable. And let's figure out what our friend will prepare for us in that case. So I will just make a short reminder for you that the request from a client and question was like, should we release the MVP first, or we need to wait until user profiles are added to mobile application? Yeah. So, and AI, especially ChatGPT, proposed like few options. So I see option 1 and option 2. So option first that he proposed to us, it's release the MVP now without user profiles. And he provide like pros and cons. So let's check pros. Faster time to market. What's it mean? Start collecting real feedback from users immediately. Sounds good. Test product market fit early. See what users actually value before investigating further. Also looks reasonable. Catch issues sooner. Yeah. So bugs or restrictions can be caught earlier. Also reasonable. Build user trust. Stakeholders and early users see active progress. Also reasonable. Lean development. You avoid spending time on features users may not prioritize. Sounds also reasonable. And let's check the cons. Users may feel the app is too basic if they can't personalize experience. For example, no profile pictures or saved preferences. Yeah, it's reasonable, but is it so critical for MVP? Not sure. Second one, if you plan a multi-device support, the lack of profiles may confuse users. Yeah, it's true. Like synchronization can be confused. And the last one may require refactoring later to add a profile-based logic. And also he provides for us the risks. Yeah, user drop off after initial use and technical rework later. But also he provides for us option 2, like wait and launch with user profile. Yeah. And like as we see, we also receive kind of pros and cons and risks. So let's check it fastly. So more complete experience out of the box. Yeah, users feel the product is polished. True, but like not so important. To be honest, it's my own opinion. The next point, pros, like enables future features like synchronizing across devices, personalization, and user analytics. Yeah, it's a good one. Reduce chance of short-term user churn. Also true, and this is probably the most important for a business and product managers. But we have also a cons. Delays release by 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah, and depending on complexity and what will be inside this user profile, so how deeply we need to develop it. The next cons is you risk building features without user validation. Yeah, so this is also like a valid cons prepared by AI. Right now, before we launch, we don't know if real users will really need this profile as a first number one feature at the launching. And like the last one, it's harder to test which core features matter most. Yeah. And shortly, this friend provides for us again a risks. So overbuilding before a feedback. yeah, it's reasonable and it's really have a high impact. And delay may reduce momentum. Yeah, we have like right now, at this point, we have like a good way to deploy it and see our result in live, but we can like miss it if we will postpone our deployment just because user profile is not ready. And what's going next? He provide his recommendations. So, and it looks really reasonable. It's not take from you or from me or from a client real decision making, but it supports me, or what's more important for me, it's not removed from a client and business decision making. So what he proposed, if your main goal is to validate core functionality and its reminders and notifications, we recommend realizing the MVP first without user profile. You can always introduce profiles in version 1.1 using real world feedback to guide exactly what profile features users care about. Yeah. So that's already decision making feedback that we can take and share with the customer. If customer requires some good description, take your time, take a call with the customer and explain it to him. And like then you can really officially move this decision making to a customer. Now at least customer understood the risk, understood what can potentially going wrong, what can going good, and like he will take a good decision and he will make it by himself, so you will not take a risk on your shoulders. So that's the main point, and probably this is one of most popular AI features that our team use. So my PMs on daily basis take it because like we're all people, and like even if you're a professional PM, when a customer told you like make some decision instead of me, yeah, we can softly told him that no, because it's your part of job, yeah. So this is your product. But imagine the reality case that some competitor, some other IT company has a PM who just told him, yeah, okay, I will take a decision up front of you. I will do it. No worries. And customer probably, in case if I would like be a customer, I will choose the second PM. Even if it's not correct, I will choose the PM number two. So that's why sometimes we need to be flexible and take decision making instead of customers. And AI, in that case, this is a great boost up for us to make it professionally, clearly, and without some risks for us and for our company. Like it's like a minimum, yeah. And part number two, without any risks to client, to be honest. And probably the latest thing that AI help us is one of the good soft features that we use on daily basis. It's real-time reporting and summarization. And probably I will not share you how it works via our fabulous ChatGPT, but at least I will mention note takers. I'm pretty sure that most of you right now during each calls with the clients on sprint plannings, you start to use the note takers, some kind of like fire files, Otter AI, etc. So the tool which make a notes instead of you during the call, then summarize who and when say something on a call, and then make a project meeting of minutes or brief exactly in same structure as a good regular PM doing it before. Because I'm those guy, I'm old enough, and I remember times like 2 years ago when we had like a very massive and complicated calls with clients, and I had one client, he has like a nickname Rapid, just because he was very talkative and he spoke very fast. And just imagine a case when you try to collect some critical project data during the call and you try to listen customer and in parallel type and messages and notes in your Teams or Slack chat, and like at some point you just could not make advanced at the same time two things: listen customer, smile to him, and like make notes. And what did you do? Like ask customer to just wait, to hold, wait for a few seconds to make a note, and that's all. And with AI, these note takers just cover it very perfectly. So because right now I could not imagine any client call without a note taker. So it's just work of art. So this is probably one of the my own favorite AI features that existing right now. Yep. And like all of these 5 points that we review today, like during my short summary, like as you can see in 30 minutes, like that we spoke together with you, we prepare for one small project, a project brief, we prepare risks, we prepare some proposals, should we add the chat to the MVP or no, we discuss decision making, so looks nice, and we spent only 30 minutes of our day. It's only 30 minutes. Before AI, a regular standard middle probably PM spent for this amount of work minimum half of his working day. And now imagine a project manager who lead 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 projects same time. He had a daily call with the team, blocking calls, sprint plannings, I don't know, like demos. Some PMs also have like business analysis functionalities and like that he cover with the team. And just imagine that you already spend half of your day making this project scope for new customer. And like other 4 hours, you should somehow manage your calls and Jira work and so on and so on. So what's, in my point of view, should be done at that moment right now, we can just collect all together, make for me docx file for project brief, risks, and separately CSV file with, I don't know, with our scope of work. Yeah, and that's it. Looks really nice. What I want to spoke next step while this is preparing, we will return here back, just I will present you how it works. What I want to add, and it will be, maybe it will be a little bit more interesting for you. It's actually my practical use cases of this AI in project management, because those points that I described right now, this is the most popular and top prioritized that my team of my own PMs collect, and like we analyze them and we say, yeah, probably this is the top popular. My own case looks a little bit funnier because right now I'm work together with not just English spoken clients from UK, US, but sometimes with the clients that came from a Poland, for example. Yeah. And like I'm from Ukraine. I know English. I know like Ukrainian language. Yeah. But to be honest, I don't know Polish at all, like at all. And like our salespeople that like work with clients before me also don't know Polish. And like the freshest and funniest stories that happened like a few days ago, it was the case when some Polish customer appears, and it was like a combo: unclear project requirements and Polish language. Like, what's going on? I will show you right now how the message from the client look like. We will also use a ChatGPT as a chat for us. So that's how request from client came to us. So just amount of unclear text, tap home, and then just some Polish words. And like, I don't understand what's going on here. I see some links, some examples. Then I understood, okay, we have like tab location. So what is this? I don't even know. So this is a real case, how I handle it, and like how probably it should be done by standard PM. I'm just jumping back to my ChatGPT. Again, I will repeat it a lot of times. It's like a small reminder. My ChatGPT prompted and trained by me by 8 months. So it's not like a newly created account with any prompts before. It's like ready to use project management copilot. Yeah. So what I ask, I just wrote a keyword that I use each time when new customer appears. It's like new customer new project. Yeah, I did it actually the same keywords before when we together with you prepare like scope for mobile application. Yeah, so new customer, new project, not clear language, odd scope, need translation to English, plus make for me project brief. That's it. And let's see what was here, like what's this project about, because like if we will just take this text and copy it and paste to the Google translator, it will be only a translation. And like I did it like 100 times before, and a lot of words after that and meanings just broke, and you need to collect it again and again and again. So that's why I try few times to use ChatGPT for it, and like it works. So it's what we receive at the end. Here's the English translation and clear project brief based on the client's message. Yeah. So this is a structure for internal understanding and presentation to the team or client for confirmation. So what we understood. So this is a project brief. Yeah. Angadufi real estate website. So what this is what the idea of this project now. Yeah. So now we at least a little bit understood what's will going on next. The client is launching a premium real estate development project called Angadufi. Yeah. And again, NDA. So this is a fake project name. So no worries, please. So let's move forward. So this real estate development project named Angadufi, located on one of the world's most beautiful beaches. The goal is to build a modern, visually stunning, and content-rich English-only website to showcase the investment, apartments, and progress updates. So a timeline. All content, renders, videos, branding, text will be provided by the client by 10th of May. Website go live goal is between June 15th and July the 1st. Yeah. And now the most important part for me, like for a guy who works as a head of PMO and for a sales and for a team who will work on it, probably for at least an investigation and understanding, it's a key pages tabs. So now we clearly see that it will be a home, hero background, full screen video, rendering visuals of island and investment, most evoke the beauty of the location and project at the first glance. Looks clear and reasonable. Second one, it's apartments. List of available units across 6 floors, 2 types of apartments. Ground floor include commercial space. Then what they need. Admin should be able to mark apartment as sold, reserved, or available. Feature, clicking on apartment opens its floor plan. And we have a reference. So this is strange link that we have here inside the Polish text. It was a links for examples and references that we can take a look and like share with the designer or some business analyst. Yeah. So what we receive right now, it's like a scope of work that can be taken in a real work. But it's not the end. So what I will do and what I do on a daily basis in this case, I will ask AI to clarify and compare what he delivered to me versus real clients' requirements. Yeah, just to understood like if it's really correct. And again, not to spend a lot of time for right now at least because it's like we don't need to do it right now. So compare real requirements with what you provide. List me gaps or something additional that was not mentioned by client. Why I'm doing it? Just by one reason. Again, AI is suffering from AI hallucinations. Sometimes he adds something more than it's really existing in some requirements or in the scope. But when you ask him to compare it, he will do it very clear. And like he really detects his own hallucinations and extracts them. So as you can see, he make a cross check and he provides for us information about the status. Yeah, included. We can check as a PM. You need to spend like 30 minutes, like just to check it and verify. You should validate AI in any case. But also what we see here, gaps and missing from client request, but added to brief. Yeah. So what we see here, mobile responsiveness, domain setup, admin infrastructure, deployment to production, Google Maps in contact. As you can see, yeah, he assumed, added, and like what's the conclusion? These inclusions are standard expectations in modern real estate or promotional websites, but should still be confirmed. So that's the case. Like he actually tried to make a best practice, and based on these best practices, AI hallucinations appears. So it was probably not the part of a scope, but he say like, okay, without it, we could not move forward. Yeah, I will add it to a scope. So mobile responsiveness, it seems okay. Domain setup seems okay. Admin instructions or training can be negotiated, but yeah, okay. Deployment to production was not mentioned by client, but it was added by default because we need to go live. And Google Maps in context. It was mentioned as an optional, so like it was added to a scope. But it was not, it was like briefly explained, but as ChatGPT wrote, so it was not requested by client directly. Yeah. And here he provide for us like things that we need really clarify with the client. Yeah, requires clarification from a client. So it's really good. Why he prepared for us? Because he figured out that he make mistakes and he could not like provide a good feedback unless it's a hallucination. Yeah. So here he just extract what should be discussed, and that's it. So what we will go and do next, as I did before, prepare MVP project brief. Next one, prepare for us scope of work, structure columns, epic, task, description. Yeah. And let's wait a little bit until he will provide it for us. So the main benefit that like if it's really some sort of new client, so your first challenge should be deliver to this client some pre-sale offer immediately, because like we live right now in time when customers will not wait for your MVP or POC brief for 3 days or like even 1 week. No, they wait for it like maximum 6 hours. The case that happened like 3 days ago, we failed a new customer just because we provide for him a feedback and scope of work, like pre-sale scope of work in 4 hours. Competitors provide for them scope of work with some proposed budget, with some raw min-max estimate in 1 hour. Guys, it was in 1 hour. And client, and like in 4 hours, we do the same, yeah? Like, but we make it slower because it was not expected that somebody will do it faster, but we missed it. Like competitor did it faster so much, like 4 times. Yeah. So that's why what I want to explain that if new customer jump in and requirements looks really odd, the first thing that you need to provide for customer is project brief, a well structured, this one like that we did already. Then we need to provide for him scope of work. And what I lovely to do next, it's like to our scope of work, let's add estimation. Yeah, add columns backend min, backend max. I don't know, front end min, and front end max. So why will I do it? So this is the latest step and probably the most important. Nobody will wait from you some very good detailed estimation, but everybody, especially client, will wait from you at least a raw range. And if you will send it to them, like they will be really happy. The main point that you need to explain to customers that it's like a finger estimation, but it semi-realistic, and like that during the development and discovery phase, while you will investigate and discuss the features and the flow and the road mapping, you should explain customers that estimate will be expanded or will be minimized and so on and so on. But like at least in a few hours, you can already prepare for customer at least some very raw proposal. When customer have a proposal, he already starts thinking about next step. He not waiting for like, okay, I will wait 1 week until guys prepare for me some investigation. No, he already have something. He already thinking about next step, start of discovery, and like depends on project or company processes. If it's discovery, it's a separate phase. He already can give you some prepayment for the discovery. Your team already can be forecasted, planned, and like already engaged in some small amount of work. This is why we try to do it fast. And like, if you think that I will ask right now at ChatGPT to make an estimate for me, no, I will not do it because like he will fail it. Even if it's a raw and min max, he will make some very galvanized issued estimates. We will not spend time for it. What I'm doing in my case, I'm just download it as CSV, and then I prepare like this table for my real developers. But developers already receive scope of work structured by epic task with good description. I also sent to my dev team who can like make a raw estimation this project brief that was prepared before and checked by me. And very briefly, I can explain to team what we're going to do and why. And my team on every project, they know that like if Alexander, me, jump to them with some project brief and like asking them to make like raw min max estimate, it's not means that they need to spend 2 days for investigation. No, we need to take min estimate, max estimate using our expertise and just provide it to customer. That's it. And like how much time it take for their team to just take them on a call for me. We just sit, we review a standard project like in 1 maximum 2 hours, like a team. We prepare estimate proposal to client, and we send it like a last point to our lovely customers. And voila, our customer already have brief, scope of work, MVP risks, and offer estimate with a label that it's a raw estimate and will be changed in the future. But customer already have it, and he take it from our company, not from a competitors who still try to not use AI and like we're classic guys, we work on PMP, we just need structure everything, plan some waterfall and blah blah blah. So it's not works in 2025. Unfortunately or happily, I don't know. So this is like the latest things that happened to me. Like that's how the Polish brief look like. And like for your information, this project will be discovery phase for this project that I shared with you, Doofy, yeah, name replaced. We will start discovery phase next Monday. We win this like it's like example, yeah, we win it just because it was faster. Yeah. And it was like a short story probably from Fresh and like how I use it. Yeah. And like on daily basis, if it's interesting for you how I use it, I have one small problem like in my daily basis. A lot of customers like spam really often spam in my chat or emails questions that I don't clearly understood. Like it's not because I'm not so technical. No, it's just because customers rapidly trying to solve their business problems, but they need something ask from my end. And so they wrote and messages and emails with a lot of mistakes, with unclear questions, unclear proposals. And like when the PM just open it and he see like, hey, Alex, I need this feature fast, please. That's it. And like then they like present you some screenshot like with some strange flow and you just what's going on in this message. And like it's not very professional to write an angry feedback to a client. So if it's clear, yeah, we will provide an answer immediately. But if it looks very odd, just take this message, go to your ChatGPT, pull it in, add an image with a screenshot from a client, those images that clients send you as an example, and just it's my daily routine. I ask ChatGPT to explain what customer wants from me. And like if ChatGPT translate it to me, to understandable for me language, and I understood that I understand it, I will by myself provide a good structured reply to a customer. But if I'm not understood what's going on still, I will ask ChatGPT to prepare for me clear feedback email, and I will ask him why he wrote in that way. So it's like a good example. And like again, it's not because some PM's stupid. No, it's just because some customers try to explain something very fast in business language, not on human language. And sometimes they not try to go very deeply with it. They know that they have a PM who will cover it without them. So that's it. That's it. So now I have like a small probably proposal for you guys. Very shortly and briefly, like just fastly check and discuss the probably negative moments with AI. So like it's called like challenges and limits of AI. So the first one maybe and the last probably most important, it's called garbage in and garbage out. Yeah. So if you work with an AI and like especially communicative AI like ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever, if you will pull in some very garbage request, believe me, you will receive a garbage answer as well. So good input is critical. Like small input, why I'm using a ChatGPT? Just because he has a functionality to be trained. Yeah. So even if I will right now will wrote garbage in data, he will understood it. Yes, the feedback will be not so great, but still he will understand me by my old good prepared inputs and prompts. Next minus and like problem of AI in project management is that like its lack of explainability. So sometimes AI recommendations are really unclear. So like he take a lot of information, just pull it to you with very uncommon way, and you just sitting and like not clear. And you start again spam him with data like please explain me this, explain me this, explain me this. And after a few minutes of this, explain me this, he will broke down. His prompt will be just overloaded with a lot of pre-prompts before, and like he will just start from each message and each answer from this AI will be worse and worse and worse. So was point number 2, and point number 3 it's human oversight. So it's a remark. PM must always validate AI outputs every day, every request, every answer. Like, do not receive it like you receive project brief, check it. You receive some answer, check it. You're a PM, you know it. Like, you should not forget that this is your job. He is a copilot. Double check it. And from this human oversight point, we have like problem number 4. It's like I don't know how it correctly named, but the situation is next. What I figure out is that like my PMs, especially trainees or when we have a junior PMs, they try to use an AI like a main source of info and main source of project management. Like, and this is a big problem. So I recommend to use ChatGPT like when you're a PM, when you have at least like I don't know like middle plus like expertise, because the problem is next when you are a junior and you like request something from AI, he will return to you some feedback, and like you're a junior or even trainee, you will not understood like if it's okay, if it's true feedback, if it's clear, if it's correct or no. So what's happening on daily basis? I see that like juniors they copy paste the answers, and when I reviewing it, I see a lot of AI problems, and I'm just killing my PMs on daily basis for that. So this is the main problem. If you're trainee or junior, do not focus on it. You can ask AI to support sometime you, but not focus on it. If you're middle and you can validate it, you can validate results from AI, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to cut probably, I don't know, like 15 and more percent of your working day using it. So it was like a minuses. But like, what about the future trends? Yeah. So AI discovering very fast. Yeah. And a lot of us afraid that, oh no, AI will kill our profession. Like in the nearest future, AI will replace everything. Yeah. So what I want to say, what I see right now. So point number one, as I say before, potentially, potentially, AI will not replace PMs. So for right now, I don't see it at all. Like we in the safe mode, just because all projects strange, all projects a little bit different. Most often, when some project came and jump in, AI, in any case, when we have like some unique feature, AI just could not cover it at all. And like BAs and PMs, they can cover it. Like AI will not replace us, but a project manager will be replaced only by other PM who work with an AI. So what I see from a future, like how it will be, potentially right now, average skilled experienced PM can handle like, I don't know, two big projects or like one big project and three small projects on daily basis. Yeah. So like in 8 hours a day, probably in one day. So in the future, it will be totally the same, but like in the same time, we will need to manage probably 8 or 9 projects just because AI will automate and cover for us routine stuff, like maximally. But again, we will not be replaced. And what I see, so in the future, probably the position of PM will be existed, it's for sure, but it will be mutated. So the good example that we figure out like months ago, it's when a customer came to us with some good described technical request, and the only one question from his side was, guys, can you build for me some proof of concept based on my requirements? Like today, can you build it today? I want just to see it. I want to click on it and like share it via LinkedIn or some other tool with the friends and receive their feedback. I don't need some development. I don't need some like design. Just make it. And one of our PMs who also like a technical guy, he just opened Firebase Studio. It's kind of fresh new tool in Firebase for non-technical guys. So the idea of this Firebase Studio is to make proof of concept and MVP applications with no code. But if you're a coder, you can like also open console and just use a terminal to code it. So our tech PM takes the requirements, jump to ChatGPT, to corporate ChatGPT, ask him to make and prepare a prompt for Gemini 2.5 that will be used in Firebase Studio. And then he will, when he receive a prompt from ChatGPT and the prompt for Gemini for building of POC of our project that customer like came to us like 1 hour ago, he takes this prompt, he put to Firebase Studio, and after like manipulations with prompts inside Firebase Studio, in 2 hours we had in our hands a POC that was already with a very simple but workable UI, responsive design, main core features was already existed, and it was hosted on Firebase immediately. And it was not just some stupid UIs and like Firebase front end only stuff. No, it was connected Firebase real-time database, Firebase storage, Firebase API, and Firebase authorization. So we already was able to present to customer how it will work in only 2 hours. And customer receives this POC, share with their friends, with stakeholders, and ask like, guys, I want to invest in this app. I have an idea. If it's okay, if you will like it, I will build like a real product. And like he returned to us in 1 month with a request that, guys, thank you. Our like pilot proof of concepts that you prepare for us. Show to us a good examples. Let's work on discovery and let's build MVP. And the interesting fact, this MVP app, POC app was built by a project manager. So what I want to explain is that potentially our position in the future, thanks to AI, will be mutated in that way, that PMs will be not just a project managers, but they will be partly a sales guys, business analysis, and the position that will prepare for clients some wireframes, mockups, and like presentations or real app or proof of concept presentation services, like so clients will immediately be able not just receive a project documentation and estimates, but also clickable prototype. And if it will be accepted by customers, then PM will rearrange it like and push it forward to discovery phase. So that's what I see actually. But again, no worries. I don't see any potentials right now if it will be replaceable. So just to summarize, before Q&A, if it will take place, I want to make key takeaways. Yeah. So first of all, like as I say a lot of times today, AI doesn't replace project managers. It's enhance them, like it's improve us. The next key takeaway, it's like start with something small. Automate first drafts, maybe, I don't know, briefs, reports. Try it. If you want to start with it, do not start to prompt your ChatGPT or other AI LLM provider like with something massive, because you will not able to handle it. Start with something small. Yeah, ask him for a short brief. Correct him when he is not correct. Like, so in that case, he will remember it, and next time he will provide for you better result. The third key takeaway is validate everything. Yeah, so human oversight stays critical. Like each time when you receive feedback, check it, validate it. Next one, it's probably tactical suggestions from my end. So you can use it or no, but I recommend to you start to use AI today, like immediately, because like my problem was that for a long period I just use AI very stupidly, like show me like how the flow should look like, show me the results for this one, take me that. And at some moment some prompt engineer told me an interesting case that like, Alex, start use AI correctly. If you need something for your work, like act like you're a project manager with your LLM. First of all, train him. Like each time when you jump in, start a message with some keywords. Yeah, like hey, new customer, new client. It will trigger to ChatGPT in our case that like now you will spoke with him and work on some professional stuff, and then you ask him like make a project brief, yeah, or make a project scope of work, and show some project requirements, yeah, and validate result. After that, if you see that it's like, sorry for that, shitting, yeah, correct him and ask to make it good. If you see that it's already good and preferable and valid for you, roll him, good job, yes, figure like let's make it as a rule, and like not expect that it will be immediate result, that in next time when you open a new chat and you will ask him to do the same, he will make it again like correctly. No, like for me it take 6 months until my ChatGPT start understand me faster than I send him a request. So 6 months on daily basis, I'm just asking him the same questions, I provide for him the same tasks until he will not provide for me something valid. So first recommendation for my use AI today, because like you will waste time if you will start doing it in a month. Just do it, start at least. The next good stuff that I want to propose you if you're a PM, it's like practice structuring backlog task with AI. What we did together with you today, it's when we send some odd requirements, we make a brief, and then we ask AI to prepare epic tasks, stories, and descriptions. This is one of the most often things that you will do as a PM on pre-sale, during development, on when the new CR change request is incoming. Always you will need to have epic task description, and based on that, you will be able then go to a customer for some clarification, to the team for estimation or for negotiation of a risk. But you should first make for you a good knowledge base in your brains how, in your point of view, a backlog structure should work for you. And based on it, you should teach your ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude 3 and 5 do the same. And last, probably the last one thing that I want to focus on, it's like those who master AI today will define the future of project management. So that's it. Like if you will not use AI, believe me, PMs with AI skills and prompt engineering will kill you. You will be without a work, unfortunately. Unfortunately for you, good for PMs and professionals who use AI, unfortunately, probably. But we live in a dynamical world when we need just to take this reality. That's it. And actually, to be honest, like my part is done. Like if you have some questions, we can discuss it. Or
yes, thank you very much. Actually, you have fun. Like one fan who left 3 questions. I think you partly answer them, but still maybe you will have what to add. I think I will show it in the screen here now. So first one is, so from mine, if I understand the question right, so have you taught ChatGPT enough to be straight into a point? How much you need to rewrite? So from my understanding is how accurate result do you have? From what I hear, you train your ChatGPT 6 months, but for now, like your results that you get, are they always like good enough? Yeah, you double check it, but if you're talking about accuracy, are you satisfied?
No. That's why I'm so happy when I say that, like, hey, we will not be replaceable. The interesting fact, all depends. Yeah. So this is like probably the most popular project management answer. All it depends. Like imagine a simple project, some e-commerce project. Yeah. When like you need to have like e-commerce e-shop that sell like books. When you take this project with good requirements and input to ChatGPT, in my case, it will prepare a really nice and professional scope of work, brief, and even estimation. So imagine case that before I have like 10 e-commerce projects and I just pull estimates of these e-commerce shops in ChatGPT. Based on this, like how it calls fake machine learning, he will provide an estimate. And right now it works okay. And I'm probably will spend maximum 15 minutes, just correct it a little bit, 15 minutes. But still, when some big projects incoming, like or unique projects and explanation from client side really shitty. So averagely, I spend at least like 35 minutes to fix it. And like when I say fix it, it's not means that I say to ChatGPT it's bad. No. I just take it, sit on it, and just start working by myself because I know that if I will ask ChatGPT to fix it, he will make it more worse. But approximately, we spoke like we have like semi-good requirements for a client and semi-clear project type. It's not something unique. Yeah, we don't develop new, I don't know, SpaceX program. I will spend 30 minutes to fix it after ChatGPT. It's from project brief. For scope of work, it's easily because most often 90% chance that he provide for you good scope of work that will be ready for developers. And good point that after that, your own developers will fix it instead of you because they will know better what should be included in your backlog after that and what should be removed. So that's a good point. But for example, when a really unique client appears with a unique requirement and you can't even find some related information in the internet, believe me, ChatGPT will not do it the same. Like he will broke it. He will make a hallucination for you. And in that case, yeah, you should act like full-time PM and just make it by yourself with a team. And yeah, as Luda mentioned, in my case, so I spent really 6 months of my life to teach my ChatGPT to make scope of work and brief structure as I needed. And how it was, I like on daily basis, I just spam him like, make me a project brief, make me a project brief. It's not correct. Look at this template. This is what's correct. And I did it with different projects, with different requirements until he not remember it. So a short note, if you want a ChatGPT to remember it, you should enable one important thing. Yeah, Luda, sorry, I know that we have another question, but I will share my ChatGPT if you can share it with guys. If you want ChatGPT work like a machine learning processor, here in your profile, you should check settings and jump to, give me a second, into the personalization and check this one, memory part. First one, it's like major one, it's reference saved memories, and second one, reference chat history. So you should enable it. As I remember, by default, one of them or both are disabled, and this is the biggest problem. So this is the biggest problem. If both enabled, each time when you send some like keyword, like new project, new customer, ChatGPT will analyze all your chats before, all your rules that you ask him, all templates that you before do. He also will check where you was happy with the result, and based on these charts, he will start to build you a new chat. So this is the main key point. You need to enable it. In that case, that's why I use ChatGPT. He provides for you ability to make fake machine learning. Gemini could not do it so correctly. That's it.
Yeah, I think it's quite deep answer. And from what I remember, for each estimation, you make a separate chart. So you do not make all the education, like training process in one chart. Yeah, you separate it into separate points.
Yes, I'm trying to separate. So each time he will able to analyze each chart separately and take the best, maximally the best and effective things from each chart. Yeah, so.
And question from me before we will go to the question from chat. So in this case, are you have different ChatGPT for work and life? Because you said that you have these keywords which you use, and the ChatGPT understands that it like should be in work manner. So, or you just say this is keywords for work, and when you're doing something personally, you just do not use this keyword and do not train.
So fast note, I have two accounts of ChatGPT. One it's free, and personal, like how to cook a chicken, blah blah blah, how to repair a car. And second one, it's more professional, but it's not only dedicated to project management. Like in parallel, I'm developing my own product, a big SaaS product, and I'm using the same ChatGPT account for this product as well. The difference is that like when I ask something about my product, I wrote like, hey partner, do for a question. Yeah, like I need this one, what do you think? And in that case, ChatGPT act like a partner, because I'm for my product request, I'm teaching him that he's my partner, not like my copilot. He's co-founder, and like right now he has a database about my product bigger than my Notion, than my brain, because like even when I jumped him back and like, Jesus guy, like we need some new fresh idea for next release, he proposed for me only those stuff that I need. And again, like for product stuff, I spent a year to teach it because it's product, and I start to use ChatGPT for product first. And like, again, all depends on your keywords. So right now, my ChatGPT have two directions: project management and product development. That's it. The key difference is how I start the conversation, with which keywords. If in my keyword I mentioned that, hey partner, do for a question, so this is the name of my product, boom, at that moment he start to analyze only those charts that relates to a dofer, to my product. That's it. He ignores all others one related to project management. So this is the key benefit of OpenAI, for example, for me. Yeah.
Okay, and second question, I think related, because it asks like, how long the context, like how long the AI holds the context of the project. So from my understanding, you have all the information about your personal project inside ChatGPT and no issue with that. And it's like half a year information
yes.
all the time increase.
So there is no limitation. So it just store it. Like, to be honest, you can also in ChatGPT, in this memory settings that I show, you can see which memories he has. You can scroll it out. And like the interesting fact, if I will right now ask my ChatGPT the question related to my product that I asked him like a year ago, he will provide for me very technically correct answer. And again, I spoke about OpenAI ChatGPT 4.0 because I'm using it, because I love it. It's like one LLM that combines cover everything. This guy collect your memories infinitive amount of time. As for right now, when I say infinite, for me it's like tested 1 year. Like I can ask anything. If we spoke about project management, if the good example, like 2 months we don't have any projects, and like after that new customer appears, and like I was requested to make a project brief, so I jump back, wrote, hey, new project, new client, new project brief requested, here's the requirements. Boom, 2 minutes I received project brief just because he memorized it. So that's it. Yeah. Have you tried to use it end to end? Maybe I'm not correctly understood about end to end. What about holding longer project client context? Have you tried to use it end to end? So
I think it's
to be honest,
from beginning to the end. Maybe it's mistake, but Всеволод, if you're still here and if you didn't answer your question, just like rephrase maybe. Okay, one more question from Всеволод. Have you experienced AI over some task bug tracking system?
yes,
from my understanding, some integration like Jira.
No, like probably I'm expecting this question because I'm a hater of this. Like it will be a long answer. I am certified Jira administrator. Hello, like, and Atlassian, like Jira, Trello, Confluence, they have like AI, yes, because it's like a trend stuff. It's like a marketing stuff. But it's like, in any case, it's only OpenAI wrappers. If it's not AI, OpenAI wrapper, it will be a Gemini wrapper, or it will be, I don't know, Claude 3 and 5 wrapper that like we are API using by Atlassian. That's it. They don't develop own LLM. And the bigger problem here is that when you try to use AI in Jira, like bug tracking system, ticket systems, the main problem here is that like how it works technically. I will technically explain you. Imagine that you have an API and Jira takes this standard OpenAI API with outputs and inputs tokens and covers them with their own project management prompt. So when you ask something in Confluence related to your project, for example, this is for you requirements, make a project brief, he will make it, but it will be done by prompt prepared by Confluence, by Atlassian. I tested. It's not matches with my expectations. I know that a lot of people love it, but like when you compare it with your own prompt, your own OpenAI, the difference is crucial, like really crucial. Because like this is like a very simple information. If you want fast solution and like it's enough for you to receive some simple brief, like you can use Confluence because like it's prompted, a good prompt, but it will not feel like it's yours. It will feel like everybody's, everybody will have the same briefs, and like impact something in this prompting, you will not be able to do it because it's hard-coded prompt in this integration. That's it, because it's a wrapper. So that's why I use my own prompted ChatGPT, because all in one place, and I teach him, like I know from my company how it should work. So that's why for example, why I'm rejecting Atlassian AI. ClickUp, the competitor of AI, of Jira, has ClickUp AI, and it's like also like, hey, we can create a backlog for you. Just wrote what project you need, and again, what will be at the end? You will see a wrapper, ClickUp just using some LLM with their own prompt. I know it because I'm trying to do the same on my product. So it just reusable LLMs. So why you should use it like in separate platforms? Like if you can do it all in one place, and like this is like actually logo of ClickUp, yeah. For me, my OpenAI, it's all in one place. I teach it, I use it anytime by my prompts. I know that if I will use ClickUp, okay, it will be speeding up a little bit, like for me, for my team members, but it will not cover my expectations. That's it. I will not control it. Then I will need to make a Notion documentation because I hate documentation in ClickUp. What I will do, I will jump to another AI to use, Notion AI. So at that moment, what situation will happen? I use ClickUp as a main backtracking system and I use it AI, but for tech documentation, I love Notion, so I should use Notion AI. No, I use OpenAI, ChatGPT, that's it. And then I manage this data, whatever I want. So in any case, it's wrappers. It's only a wrappers.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, and I think the last one which we have quite long. Can you export stories from Jira? Allows a velocity chart to give AI an idea of the velocity, and then once done, give AI the stories planned for a given sprint and ask it to do story points. So
Yeah,
it's some specific task, yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, to be honest, I try it, and like, if we spoke about like, let's make step by step. We can export stories from a Jira, yeah, and like not even as stories, but probably we can export the whole project with epics, milestones, stories, subtasks, and you can pull it to OpenAI. Yeah, he will ask you like, can you split it in different zip archives because it's too big, blah blah blah. But if you really want to do it, you can. And like, if you also export together with stories and tasks, also in estimates and like real-time logs, that is also possible. You can ask ChatGPT to make some velocity and forecast planning as well, and like some reporting. He will do it, but the question, for what? Like, why you need it? We test it, and what I figure out that he make for you a raw statistic. He will prepare some even like planning for you for next steps. But reality is next. Well, when you use Scrum, for example, in Agile, what we figure out, this case, especially sprint planning, ChatGPT could not replace. He think too technical, too common, and like he don't know all small and tiny nuances of a project and nuances of your team. So if you want like to have a good velocity planning, you need to like plan a stories for some sprint and your like backlog is already existed. Like, yeah, ChatGPT can prepare a scope of work for you for a sprint, but again, it should be discussed and revised by the Scrum team, like during sprint planning, because what we figure out, it's really he thinks very common, like he not flexible, and it rejects a Scrum at all, to be honest. So OpenAI, it's not a Scrum guy. He just like, oh, data, I need it like in that way. And that's it. And like when the team start reviewing it, developers will ask questions, well, why we should do it. Like we don't have, for example, here one like a button. And so to handle it via ChatGPT, you will spend much more time if you will just handle it with a team. So that's my comment. This is what we figure out. Because if you want to teach them to teach ChatGPT to analyze each point, it will be very difficult. You will spend a lot of your own time, nerves, like just for nothing, because it's faster just to make with a team. So it will not cover this part so ideally as you expected. But he can point like stories like with the story points. But again, it should be revised. It should be, because again he take from somewhere from internet some like best practice estimates, and he will do it not good, especially if you will not mention, for example, our team has like a senior on front end and middle on back end, and like on support we have a junior. If you will not mention the level of experience of your dev team, the complexity of designs in these user stories, he will just block your point estimate, story points estimate, even min-max, you will broke it. So short answer, do not use AI. You will spend time and you will not receive any good profit from it. That's it.
Yeah, even with
Unfortunately,
context, it was not
and then
working for me.
Yeah, but again, it's unfortunately. So right now I'm hate OpenAI that they could not make some really smart stuff like that because it will simplify everything. So unfortunately, he will not cover it. Yep.
Okay, thank you very much for that's all the questions. So yes, thank you very much for this like very step-by-step guide. Actually, while I not forget, I will put this is Alex's contact from LinkedIn, so you can connect him in case like something still is not clear. For me personally, what I take is I all the time forget to take this like compare what you give the answer and compare what was the input.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I need to start using it more often than I used before. So yeah, I take something with me also. Yeah, thank you very much for this.
You're welcome.
Okay, and today we should have one more speaker, is Melissa Lato, but unfortunately she have technical problems. So, but don't worry. All her material are quite important, and we decide that we will just prepare a PDF file for it with it and send like personally by LinkedIn or email. So yeah, here is my contacts. Also, I will add it here, quite details, all that needed. In case you will have any questions about the materials or about the event, like feel free to reach me out. And that's all for today. Thank you for joining me today and have a nice evening.